floor is going to go to you, so go ahead, Nat, and do your opening part, and then I'll let everybody know what we need to do.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Announcement-wise, guys, just make sure all your cell phones are off. They're on silent, so that we don't have any interruptions during it. If you have to leave for the scene, you can step out, but just don't come back. Okay? Never. If the scene's over, you're welcome to come back, and we'll do that on our next break. And then as soon as we finish, because we're all actors in the room, as soon as the scene finishes, we need to hustle through the day. So if you just help us be really active, jump up, get everything torn down, set up the next scene, that would be very helpful. Who's our next scene?
Do that.
James and Alexia.
Oh, James and Alexia. Okay, great. So when they get here, we'll get them all filed in. So, all right, great. All right, passing off to you, sir.
I'm going to kill that light.
Yes, I do.
Where do we start?
You guys can get into position wherever your starting point is at. Yeah. You'll hear me announce your scene.
All right, we gotta be louder around here.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Excited for this scene and all the scenes we're going to be going through. I'm going to just dive right in. So first up, we have actors Paul and Karlton working through an excerpt from the play Orphans by Lyle Kesslar.
Oh! Done singing. And then you right there.
Action when you're ready.
When we're ready, hold on. Oh, if I had the wings of an angel, over these prison walls I'd fly.
Right this way, Harold. We're home.
And I'd fly to the arms of my mother, and there I'd be willing to die. You know that song, Tree? You remember that song?
I can't say I do.
Well, you ain't no dead-end kid, are you?
A dead-end kid?
Because if you were a dead-end kid, I'd give you everything I had. Honest to God, I'd give you the very shirt off my back.
You don't have to go that far.
Yeah, there are no limits as far as the dead-end kids and me are concerned. I fucking love those dead-end kids.
I'm no dead-end kid, Harold.
Oh, what a shame.
You want a drink?
Don't mind if I do.
You like it straight?
Straight as an arrow.
Coming up.
From Chicago, you know, born and bred.
Yeah, you told me.
Grew up in an orphanage. Never knew no mommy or daddy. I just knew them dead-end kids.
I never seen them.
You never seen them on late-night TV?
No.
All them dead-end kids running around that 12-inch screen?
Nah, I haven't.
All them itty-bitty dead-end kids running around that itty-bitty 12-inch screen. Ain't the same as seeing them on a big wide motion picture screen. How can you enjoy itty-bitty dead-end kids no bigger than the fingers on your hand?
I guess you can't.
They had an Irish mother, though. Top of the morning Irish mother. I loved that woman. Corned beef and cabbage cooking night and day. Used to work up a hearty appetite just sitting in them dark Chicago movie houses watching them dead-end kids. Anything cooking in this house?
Nothing cooking right now, Harold.
Well, how come?
It's 2 a.m.
That's what I'm saying. If you were to walk into that dead-end kid's house anytime, day or night, dead-end kid's house smelling of corned beef and cabbage, why you just walk straight into the kitchen and cut yourself a piece? Jesus Christ, treat, my mouth is watering. My fucking mouth is watering.
You want something to eat.
I'm starving to death.
There's tuna.
Tuna?
Yeah, Star-Kissed tuna.
Where the fuck am I?
You're in my house.
You're offering me tuna.
Uh-huh.
Fucking tuna. Where's my briefcase?
Over here.
Let's have it.
I was watching it for you.
I could do my own watching. Let's have it.
Where you going?
Well, I'm leaving. I'm leaving, Treat. I'm leaving.
You can't walk?
I can't walk, can I?
You're not in any shape.
How did this happen?
You were drinking.
That doesn't sound like me.
You're pissed.
How about that?
You're lying on the floor. You're pissed, Harold.
It must be because I finally met a dead-end kid after all these years. I finally met a fucking dead-end kid.
I'm no dead-end kid.
Hey, don't kid me.
I ain't kidding
I
you.
know a dead-end kid when I see one.
Listen, you don't smell no corned beef and cabbage around here.
Don't matter. No corned beef and cabbage cooking where I come from either. I come from an orphanage. A goddamn orphanage. No top of the morning mother there either. Just a big German, just a big son of a bitch in German. Wore a chef's hat and a filthy, dirty apron. German slept right there in the kitchen. Orphans are always hungry. Orphans always coming down in the middle of the night to raid the fridge. German slept right there, one eye open. Break your back if he caught you. Break every bone in your body. Took a liking to me, though. Used to fill my plate with meat and potatoes. Lucky for me, the orphans always coughing up blood. Orphans always dropping dead. Terrible mortality rate at an orphanage. Thank God for them big heaping plates of meat and potatoes. Thank God for that bloody fucking German son of a bitch. You know what orphans cry out in the middle of the night, Tree?
No. What do they call out, Harold?
Motherless orphans on a big hill. Motherless orphans, middle of the night Chicago, on a big hill facing Lake Michigan. The wind comes through there making a terrible sound. The wind comes through there going. Orphans pulling their blankets up over their heads. Terrified orphans crying out. You know what they were calling out?
No.
Mother! Mommy! Mommy! I swear to God, motherless orphans don't know a mommy from a daddy. They don't know a mommy from a fucking tangerine. Mommy!
Harold.
Mommy. Mommy.
Scene.
All right, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is their first Masterclass for both these actors. How'd it feel?
Could have been a little better. Always feel like that, though.
Okay.
But I feel good for the most part.
It's complicated. I don't know. Okay, I guess. Terrible at the same time. I missed my trip cue, you know.
Yeah, that's all right.
And it was. I realized it was okay because we're here and we're here to learn. And
Yeah.
And then a couple times there were a couple things I really wanted to. Yeah, no, I feel okay about it. I wish.
Paul, did you come up with the idea for the window?
Yes, sir.
You're very gifted with staging. This is a beautiful set. You guys did a lot of work.
He did.
Yeah.
This is most
Yeah.
out of his imagination.
It's a great vision for the space, and you did a lot with what we have, and it's excellent. It's really, really excellent.
Thank you.
Okay, well, good. Let's make it better, shall we?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So here's our first issue, is the drunk. We didn't hit that.
Right.
As it stands currently, I think that the grumble in your voice is distracting.
Okay.
I think it's stopping you from being as honest as you can be. So that's first of all. Secondly is he has to be so drunk that he passes out cold, right? So we definitely need more drunk walking in the door to where this last bit is all it takes to send you over the edge, which you were probably going to be anyway. So let's take our drunkenness to a 15. If that was like I'd say that was about a 5. Let me ask you a question, Karlton. How does he feel about the idea of dead-end kid?
Well, he doesn't like to be labeled. So there's that. You don't like it.
Yeah. Heighten that.
Yes, sir.
So the thing we want to understand is you're dangerous. And I didn't feel the danger, and I need to. Okay? So there's a side of you that is listening, just like a cat would be listening to a mouse so that it can just kill it. And what happens? You get too close to a cat.
It's gonna scratch you.
Yeah, what's it gonna? How's it gonna react vocally?
How's it gonna react vocally?
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it's gonna freak out on you, and it's gonna scare you a bit.
Yeah.
It's gonna show its teeth. He's gonna show his teeth.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me see that. Let's start there, and then I'm gonna be. I only have this phone to operate from for now, so I'm gonna operate from this for the scene here. I want to be really specific about the blocking. So to start off with, Harold is singing. He's off singing. Treat says, "Right this way, Harold. We're home." Off. So you're still out. Then Harold off sings that second part of the song. Then Treat and Harold enter. So you enter together. and it specifically says Harold is drunk. Okay? So let's start there. So let's imagine here. What this is your home?
Yes.
Is it an apartment? Is it a house?
It's a row house.
It's a what?
A row house, an old abandoned row house.
Row house. Okay. I don't know what that is.
It's like an East Coast thing, I think. It's like those houses that got like probably made out of brick. They got like stairs at the base.
They're almost like they're almost like townhouses.
The stoop thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, Paul, let me see your drunk.
Just standing here.
Yeah. Say something to me.
Yeah, well, you know, old row houses are they're something that's very common on Cabot Street.
Good. Do you have your cup?
Of course, I got my cup. I'm a drunk, for God's sake.
Good. Now, is there anything in there?
No, I wish there were.
When you handed to him, was it empty?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to put some in it.
Put some
Yeah.
in it.
So grab
a
like
sink back
a
there.
pitcher from back there or something. You can put something in. Yeah, that's good. That's better. All right, I'm gonna teach a quick lesson on you can stay there actually on alcohol. So, you ever had alcohol?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think these scenes choose us for a reason. I've said that a lot, and so there's something you're supposed to learn as a person, and you're supposed to learn as a person, and we don't know how or why till we kind of get in here. But this substance here is a character. So could you pour? Is there a little bit? Could you pour a little in that cup, or is there already some in there?
There's already some in here.
Okay, great. Can you hand it to Paul? So now what I want you to do is, from a sense memory place, imagine that you're smelling hard alcohol. And then take a tiny sip and feel the burn down your throat. And then let yourself get more relaxed and drunker. And you take another sip. And you'll notice like your arm becomes heavier. So when you go to put your arm up on the couch, it'll be like it's like a heavy weight to put up here. Like a heavy weight to and put it up on the. There you go. That's good. So what we're doing when we're dealing with a substance is we're essentially trying to play the opposite. So we'll try to play sober is how we play drunk. We don't have to try to be sober when we are sober. But when we're not, it's like my arm feels heavy and I have to actually think about the distance to get my arm up to there. And just that thought will kind of slow me down. And then it's like the whole difficulty of it, but I'm trying not to get caught. And then you end up there, you know, and you do stuff accidentally, which is what you're already doing. So then on the way up the stoop, even from out there, he's probably hanging on to you.
Well, my character don't like to be touched. That's his thing.
Okay. That's probably true. However. And I'm not saying he has to touch you. I'm not saying that. But I am saying you'll do whatever you got to do to get that briefcase.
Yes.
You'll play the part of whatever. So he may not need help, but if he did, would you help him so that you could get him in your apartment and take his briefcase?
Yes.
The answer is yes. The same way, I don't like touching people, but I would touch you to stab you,
Right.
which he does,
Right.
right? So I don't like touching you, but I'll do what I got to do, you know?
Yes.
So put that in your mind as well, as far as like, he doesn't like touch in that being affection, but helping a drunk fool up your stairs so that you can rob him is not the same thing.
Okay.
So I'm not saying you have to, but I'm just saying to wrap your mind around the difference, because you're right, but just know that you've got a very specific want here.
Gotcha.
Okay? And everything you do is this is now calculated. You get him in, and it's like, why do you want to get him a drink?
So I can get him more drunk?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's like, boom, got it, no problem. No problem, drink up, drink up, right?
Yeah.
I don't like touching, but I'll do what I got to do. You get drunker,
Yes.
okay? All right, let's put this on its feet. I want to see that. I want to see that ferociousness come out. And I think, Karlton, too, for you, do you have a hard time getting angry on stage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why this play chose you.
Okay.
Okay, you're a sweet young man. You've got a toughness that you could play, and maybe that's why you're afraid of it, because you've got a power to you that's like, oh, I'm afraid to flex this power because I don't want people to think I'm scary. Well, we're gonna have to find that ferocious killer inside you, let him out. Same way we gotta let the drunk out of him, and it becomes something that's actually very therapeutic. Where it's like, I can play drunk, but I never have to get drunk ever again. But I can play it so that I can teach others.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So you can play angry and be angry such that I can teach others.
Yes.
Okay? And do me a favor, turn off the light in that hallway. And on a camera side of things, let's not show them. Let's not show them in the hallway until they come in. All right, guys, you can shut the door, and on you're ready, you go ahead. Same one? Okay. All right, guys.
What if I had the wings of an angel? Over these prison walls I'd fly.
Right this way, Harold. We're home.
And I'd fly to the arms of my mother. And there I'd be willing to die. You know that song, Tree? You remember that song?
I can't say I do.
Well, you ain't no dead-end kid, are you?
A dead-end kid?
Because if you were a dead-end kid,
All
you'd be
right, all right. What was that last line, Harold? You say, you know that song, Tree. You remember that song.
I can't say I do.
You ain't no dead-end kid, are you?
You're not a dead-end kid, are you?
Yes.
A little bit different. A little bit different. Now, on your way in, you probably don't want to be so, like, knowing. So just let yourself be. Okay? And are you happy right now?
Yes, I have a hard time smiling. I gotta smile.
You don't have to smile, but you
I'm
have to be
there.
like, you know,
Yes.
I mean, especially with
I'm
that
jubilant.
with that song.
Yes.
You know that song? And then, you're not a dead-end kid, are you? But I thought you were. It's too bad, because I was going to give you everything I had. I can give you everything. Fuck that. Let's go from already in the room.
So already in the room. So
Yeah.
skip the first 3 lines.
So skip the song. Pick it up from You Know That Song, Tree.
You know that song?
Yeah, so you can be out. So remember, like, we don't have to look at each other. There's only 2 people in the room. So you could be, he's only one. I mean, you don't have to do this, but I'm just saying you could be here. You know? Yeah, you don't have to. And you could just come in. Go ahead.
You know that song, Tree?
Take the grumble out.
You know that song,
Just be
Tree?
drunk. Just be big drunk.
You know that song, Tree? You remember that song?
I can't say I do.
You're not a dead-end kid, are you?
A dead end kid?
Because if you were a dead-end kid, I'd give you everything I had. I swear to God.
Okay, good. So I can't say that I do. You gotta think. Drunk think, but you think. Stay drunk.
I'm sorry.
You're not a dead-end kid, are you? Is the line. But you question, do you know the song? Because why?
I'm trying.
Because every dead-end kid knows this song.
Right.
You know this song. You remember this song? No. You're not then you're not. Then you're not what I thought you were. Even though he is.
And Harold is also trying to get him to get there, right? Get him to take being a dead-end kid to some degree. He
Yes.
wants him to, hey, you're not a dead-end kid. If you were, I'd give you everything I had. So are you sure you're not a dead-end kid? Say you're a dead-end kid, I will give it to you.
Yes. And I would say the same thing with the quote, however, you're wasted. You're wasted to the point that you're about to pass out in about 5 minutes. So it's like you're not going to be able to necessarily have all this like deep, complex thought happening.
What the fuck is even happening? Sorry.
All right. You know that song?
You know that song, Tree? Do you remember that song?
I can't say I do.
Because if you did,
Again?
if you did,
No, you're not a dead-end kid, are you?
you're not a dead-end kid, are you?
A dead end kid?
Because if you were a dead-end kid, because if you were a dead-end kid, I'd give you everything I had. I swear to God.
All right. Now, why you forcing him to sit?
I don't know. I just figured that's something I do. It's not in there, but it was a little something I added.
Okay, let's get rid of that.
Okay.
He'll find his way there. You let him be drunk. This is your home. You find yourself to where you feel the most powerful, because also, if I have to, I will kill you. You would kill him, right?
Yes.
You're capable of doing that.
Yes.
Also, you just invited a stranger into your house, so you want to make sure you've always got the power position on him. You're watching him. You're letting him do his thing. You know that song? Can't say that I do.
Because if you were a dead-end kid, I'd give you everything I had. I swear to God.
You just watch him. What's your line?
He said I'd give you the biggest shirt off my back, and then I say you don't have to go that far.
Okay. And then how do you get the briefcase?
He sets it down and
I'm not supposed to be on this side.
Okay.
Makes the most sense.
And then do you ever move it?
yeah, like I'm trying to hide it from him.
Is it blocking? That there's a
yeah,
specific
it's in
spot?
there. Yeah.
Okay. So that's your move. Your move is just being home, pretending like everything's casual, but keeping an eye on that briefcase.
Right.
All right. So let's see here. You just show off my back. You don't have to go that far.
You don't have to go that far.
So what's your thought there?
I don't need you to do anything for me. I just want your briefcase.
Okay. I think you're taking it too literally. Be more stoic.
You don't have to go that far.
Yeah. No limits. As far as the dead kids and me are concerned.
No kidding.
Too much.
I fucking love those.
So stay stoic. Do that line again.
No limits as far as the dead end kids and me are concerned.
No kidding.
I fucking love those dead end kids.
There's an exclamation point there.
I fucking love those dead end kids.
There's no fuck. I love those fucking.
I love those fucking dead end kids.
I'm no dead end kid, Harold.
What a shame.
You want a drink?
Oh. Here we go, guys. Here we go. What a shame. Sits on couch, places his briefcase on the floor. So, therefore, it doesn't make any sense for you to go like that, right? And now we know exactly when you get to sit. So now you're just drunk for a while. Now imagine you're as drunk as you've been. Don't you? I mean, imagine you're still standing. Yeah, Harold. Imagine you're still standing and you're like, oh my, I gotta sit so bad.
No, you saying as drunk as Paul's been?
Well, no, I'm saying Harold doesn't get to sit till right now.
Right.
What a shame. That's when he sits.
Right.
Let's do it again. From the top.
From the top.
From the, you know that song, Treat?
You know that song.
And Treat, just come into your house. So here's what you gotta be so careful of. You see how, watch me real fast.
Yeah.
Be drunk. You see how weird this is? Right?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Instead, it's I'm looking at you from the corner of my eye, and I'm coming into my home. It's my home. Yeah, I'm looking at my jewelry, whatever. And I don't give a shit about you. I'm just gonna let you make yourself at home.
Okay.
That's what I mean by that stoic idea. So you come in, remember, this is your domain. This is you're like the cobra snake or the lion or whatever, and you brought him into your cave. Hey, come in, bud. Come on in. Make yourself at home. I'm just gonna be here, waiting, because I know drunks like you. So do it again from the top, and this time just come in. And remember, power position is always going to be here. This is a weird thing. I'll just give you that. Ever since I saw Jason Bourne, I always place myself in a restaurant or whatever where I can see all the exits. But truthfully, it is the most powerful position, right? So you would never put yourself here in your apartment because it's not as powerful as this. Because this is where like I can attack easier.
Right.
So casually, you would make yourself this way.
Yes.
So go back to where he is and then just walk in and listen, but not really care. You're placating him. I think you're giving him too much attention. Do it again. From the top. So you go ahead and say your line.
You know that song, Treat? Do you remember that song?
I can't say I do.
You're not a dead end kid, are you?
A dead end
Yes,
kid?
I don't think that's right.
I don't either, sorry. Because
The way you said it was like a question. I think it's more like an accusation.
you're not a dead end kid, are you?
You're not a dead end kid, are you?
You're not a dead
You're
end kid.
fucking
are you?
tricking me.
You're no dead end kid. You're no dead end kid. You're no dead end kid. You're not a dead end kid, are you? You're not a dead end kid, are you?
A dead end kid?
As if you were a dead end kid. I'd give you everything I had. I swear to God. Give you the very shirt off my back.
You don't have to go that far.
There are no limits as far as the dead end kids in me are concerned.
I'm no dead end kid, Harold.
What a shame.
You want a drink?
I don't mind if I do.
You like it straight?
Straight as an arrow.
Coming up.
I'm from Chicago, you know. I'm from Chicago, you know. Born and bred.
You told me.
I grew up in an orphanage. I never knew no mommy or daddy.
Grew up in an orphanage, didn't have no mommy or daddy.
Didn't have no mommy or daddy either.
No either.
Didn't have no mommy or daddy. Didn't have no. I grew up in an orphanage. I grew up in an orphanage. Didn't have no mommy or daddy.
Just.
Just had them dead end kids.
I never seen him.
You never seen them on late night TV?
No.
All them dead end kids running around that 12-inch screen?
Keep going.
All them itty bitty dead end kids running around that itty bitty 12-inch screen.
No.
Ain't the same
I
as
haven't.
seeing it on a big wide motion picture screen. How can you enjoy itty bitty dead end kids no bigger than the fingers on your hand?
I guess you can't.
Stay still. Stay still.
They're an Irish mother, though. Top of the morning, Irish mother.
Too much, Karlton. Do nothing. Do nothing. Put that down. Do nothing. Just
I
listen.
loved that woman. Corned beef and cabbage cooking night and day. Anything cooking in this house?
Night and day. I used to work up.
I used to work up a hearty appetite, just sitting in them dark Chicago movie houses, movie theaters,
Movie houses watching.
watching them dead end kids. Anything cooking?
Sniffs the air.
Anything cooking in this house?
Nothing cooking right now, Harold.
How come?
It's 2 a.m.
Yes, too much movement.
Too much. I can't help it.
I know, you gotta stop. He's a snake, just waiting. He's a cat, just waiting.
Okay. Got you.
You're just still. How come? It's 2 a.m. He's movement, your stillness. If you keep moving, then I'm gonna watch your movement and it's distracting from what your intention is.
Okay.
How come? Pick it up from there.
How come?
Get the grumble out of your voice and just be drunk.
How come?
It's 2 a.m.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. If you were to walk into that if you were to walk into that dead-end kid's house, anytime, day or night, dead-end kid's house smelling of corned beef and cabbage, why you just walk right into the kitchen and cut yourself a piece? Jesus Christ, treat. My mouth is watering. My fucking mouth is watering.
Yeah, and that's an exclamation point there. So now that you found the drunk, you'll have to get better on the lines again so that you can breeze through some of these monologues. So he starts describing what it's like, the corned beef and cabbage, and then all of a sudden he makes himself hungry. He's like, Jesus, like I'm freaking hungry right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, a couple more lines and then we're going to end this scene. You want something to eat. Remember, stoic.
You want something to eat?
Starving to death.
There's tuna.
Tuna?
Star-kissed tuna.
Where the fuck am I?
You're in my house.
And you're offering me tuna.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you're offering me tuna, exclamation point.
And you're offering me
No
tuna.
and. No and.
You're offering me tuna.
Exclamation point.
You're offering me tuna. You're offering me tuna.
More.
You're offering me tuna.
Uh-huh.
Big on the tuna.
You're offering me tuna.
That gets a 4, give me a 10.
You're offering me tuna.
Uh-huh.
Fucking tuna, exclamation point.
Fucking tuna.
Yeah.
What is my briefcase?
Yeah, good. So so there's going to be comedy there, but the funny thing is, like, you're drunk and you're trying to make sense of this shit.
Yes.
So it's like you actually look for a second and you're like, where am I? Like, you actually mean it. And then, you're thinking, like, you got something to eat? I get tuna. Tuna? It's 2 a.m. I'm in a fucking apartment and this guy's fucking offering me tuna. Where's my briefcase? There it is. You. I don't think I trust you. I'm gonna get out of here. And that's when he's gonna trip you in a second. You're not a fucking dead end kid, are you?
Fucking tuna.
Because we were talking about dead end kids earlier, and that's why I was here. But you're not a dead end kid. Where am I? You know what I mean? Okay. All right, good guys. Let's do a quick talk back. Excellent work.
Our cameras, guys, to get those 2 chairs in the middle yet?
Oh.
Right here's perfect. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Scoot over. You come from that side a little bit. This is going to be a close-up camera.
Have a seat.
First, Karlton or Paul? Guys,
The world may never know.
you want me to know? You'll get 2 shots.
Guys, well done. I complimented the set earlier. Paul, wake up sooner. Okay? Forgive and forget. That's over. I know you worked your tail off last night, and then it's like, crap, it's the morning. All good. I think you would have felt a little bit better starting off had you been here about an hour sooner. That's now a thing of the past, so now you must let that go completely. Okay? So now here we are, and the 2 of you did an extraordinary amount of work. It's your first time in the class, your first scene, and you did the work that you're supposed to do walking in. So now we're at a place where you've heard direction from me based upon this and how and why I'm looking at certain things. And now your job this afternoon is to do your best to implement that tonight, cement it in your brain as you're falling asleep, as you're re-looking at the play, and I want you to re-look at it with a magnifying glass, so that you see those little that's where he sits down. Holy crap! You know what that means? I can't do this thing earlier. Oh, you know what? This. Oh, that. Boom. And you'll start to see the same things I'm seeing because you're going to start looking at it through a different lens. If it says he's drunk, how does that inform every line after that? Okay? If it gives me specific movement, then that means I must be very careful or do zero movement other than when it tells me to. All right. We'll start with, who are you on camera-wise? Paul? Paul, how is this experience for you right now? What'd you learn?
It's been outstanding for me. The whole process so far has been, there's been so much growth in me, even just reading and retaining.
That's an emotional statement. Why is that?
I just didn't think I could.
Yeah. But look at you.
But
you're an actor, my friend. And now you went and did it. And now you're really screwed. Because now you know you can.
That's what this is doing for me.
I know. Now you know what's possible. And that's the whole point of this class, is to open you up and go, oh crap, I'm capable of so much. That's what it did for me when I was taking Larry Moss's class over and over again, and we'd have these same speeches that would happen over and over, and the idea being like, and it's sort of an impossibility, but what if? What if I worked the way I worked on this scene last night every day of my life for the next 4 years? Where would I be 4 years from now? If I was working on something to this degree, always, actively committed, I know it's possible and it's okay, so I'm gonna be somewhere in the middle of that work ethic 4 years from now, but let me set myself a goal and let me continue with training in different ways, because this is the reward. That's the interesting thing. The gigs are actually very hollow, usually, especially the ones that pay well. It's a lot of like your cattle. You don't often get to feel like this on set, but this is required to get there. And people have it backwards because they're looking so, they think so highly of the other thing, whereas this should be the thing you're pushing for, and that other thing just sort of gets in your way. It's like, oh man, I can't practice tonight. Why? It's a freaking gig I gotta do. It's a commercial for whatever, I don't know. But I'll be there tomorrow morning early, and we can practice then. You know, that's the mind. If you have that mindset, you're gonna book and book and book, trust me. What else?
Everything you just said in regards to my life. You know, it's funny because you told Karlton that this is why this scene chose him. It's amazing. You're amazing, first of all, and second of all, yeah, I'm like 4.5 years sober. I didn't do it. I had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Very little anyway. I could take a little bit more credit for things, but I'm just saying, honestly, I tried. Everything I tried didn't work. And then I woke up one day, and then it's been 4.5 years. Anyway, but I know how to be drunk, and I know how to stumble into strangers' houses. That's the amazing way. Am I still doing that thing?
Yeah, and it's scary, right? And see, what you're doing emotionally right now, that's Harold. That's Harold when he's talking about the dead-end kids. That's how he feels about them. This emotion right now is what I want to come out during the scene.
Yeah.
When he's talking about the cabbage and when he's talking about the memory, that's what's happening to Harold in this moment, because and that's what happens. The mommy, by the way, is again exclamation point, and it's you crying out for your mommy. You crying. So much so that it frightens you, and you're not a guy that gets frightened. But it says right in the script, frightens him. He steps back by that. And all of a sudden, have you screamed out for your mommy before? You damn straight you have. So now all of a sudden it's like, I see myself here. His emotion affects you, changes you.
It was going there. Yeah, if I feel, I have a hard time not getting emotional when he's at the end when he's talking about the orphans.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I don't know why. I'm not an orphan, but.
So we're gonna just take it next level. That's what we're gonna do. In our rehearsal now, we're gonna take it next level, and to the best of our ability. And I think you should continue the scene, at least one more, if not two more, and then you guys should do this play. But you're gonna further the scene in the next 24 hours. See what you can do with it. You bring in the drunk, solidifying the lines even more so that you can be totally relaxed. And from the relaxation comes the thought life, and therefore comes the emotion. Your turn, sir. Where you at? What'd you learn?
What did I learn about the whole process? Just here today. Well, man, this was like the largest piece that I've had to memorize since I've started here. So I was happy about that. It taught me how to prepare effectively for something that I deem to be very, very important. And working with him was it was very easy. He's a great acting partner, and like almost all of this, outside of like the little tiny props that I brought, all of this was him. So I think he deserves another round of applause. He did an amazing job. Yeah.
We brainstormed it though. I'm bad at decisions, so he telling me that anyway.
Yeah. I wanted to do a little bit more with this though. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't. I wanted to get more in depth into my the Treat character as far as the background goes, where he comes from. I started it a little bit, but I didn't get like super in depth.
Okay, so you have 24 hours to do this, and I think one of the main things you need is your animal, and then find your walk, and find your stillness. Have you ever been around a person where just being in the same presence of them feels automatically intimidating? Yeah. Automatically a little bit scary?
Yeah.
That's him. So you want to find that, and you need to practice that to the point where Paul's like, yeah, I'm a little scared of you right now, just the way you're looking at me, And it's all character work, it's thought life. When I was in New York studying, I used to do this thing where I would study and take notes on people when I was riding the subway. And those would become characters that I would work on in my apartment. I was live by myself, a lonely existence of me and my weird characters. One of those characters, I believe, enabled me not to get jumped one day. Because the guy I had studied was crazy, some form of psychotic that was sort of like nobody wanted to be kind of near him, Not scary in intimidating scary, but scary in like gross kind of. And I felt the feeling of danger, and I just played the guy. I just got into him with a little bit of, you know, maybe drool coming out and not making eye contact and shit like that. And these guys, who I thought were up to no good, they just looked right past me. But I was alone, I was vulnerable. But it's like, but normal me, they probably would have been like, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? And try to engage. They didn't try to engage. I don't know. Maybe they were nice guys and I read it wrong. I'll never know, thank God. But the idea being, we can find a character and then we can try to figure out what's the underneath of that character, and then we can work on it. And the more you do that, the more you get to step into different characters. But this guy, you gotta find him. And you're right, it comes from his childhood, and it comes from the physicality that you're gonna bring to it. And trust me, it's gonna come from the stillness. The person who's the most in control will be the most relaxed, will be the most still. That's you. So you're not gonna fidget and stuff.
Gotcha.
You're lethal. All right, guys, good job. Thank you.